Hey everyone, this is A.T. Gonzalez, and you're watching Software Agents TV. Several of you asked us to talk about the Pokemon Generation 9 games, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The games have been out for about 6 weeks now, and I know a lot of you Pokemaniacs have already plowed through the game. Sam got Violet for his birthday, thank you to Saturn. He's already done with his main run-through. And the Rep Master himself got me Pokemon Scarlet for Christmas. I've been charting down my progress, and if I've been doing that correctly, I'm about 1/3 into it. So here's my at-a-glance thoughts, for whatever it's worth. The game seems to be divisive among fans. I'm seeing it get 6s and 7s from professional outlets, yet a lot of you people have played it. They are selling well. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have so far collectively sold over 10 million units, and they are the most successful launch in Nintendo history. They're expected to become one of the top 10 selling games for the console. Now, for my own experiences, I was there at the height of Pokemania. I have all the Generation 1 games. I still play them occasionally, mostly for recording purposes. I even have the Japanese-only Pokemon Green, and I continued on for the next few generations. But by Generation 5, for a variety of reasons, I got tired of the series. But I do want to make it clear I did enjoy those games. Not counting the recent remakes, this is my first mainline Pokemon game in about 10 years. You start your file, make your character, and you're told you're a recent transplant to the Paldea region of the Pokemon world, which it's just Spain. Basically Spain if it was its own continent. You're a student at a private Pokemon school, as it were, on your quest to become the best trainer in the land. The idea of a Pokemon private school is highly amusing to me. I'm imagining these kids whipping out their Nintendo paraphernalia and trading and battling each other. You also must nurse a mythical Pokemon of legend back to health, and there's 3 missions that are part of the larger picture. Battle the gyms for your merit badges, find the colossal Titan Pokemon, and defeat the school delinquents known as Team Star. Maybe the open world style of game is overplayed, maybe Game Freak is late to the punch, but I found that they made it work for this type of game. I think you can still get away with it in role-playing games. The Pokemon games got locked in their older formula a little bit too much for me, and I welcome this change of tempo. You encounter Pokemon on the overworld as it seamlessly transitions to a battle mode. I find that in the Pokemon Generation 9 games, you tend to seek out battles more than the other games. Rival trainers don't confront you, you have to talk to them, and with very few exceptions, most of the wild Pokemon seem to be minding their own business. There's only a few ambushes here and there. And I find more often than not, this makes the game fairly easy, though from time to time, a few opponents overpowered me, and I had to train a little bit more. Pokemon Generation 9 gives you a few friends, and plenty of opportunities to spend time with them and get to know them and know what their aspirations in life are. The storyline that I've enjoyed so far is the one with Nimona, who is the main rival. She's the regional champion, which means that even though she's still just a kid, she's the best trainer in all the land. With no more challenging opponents to battle, she's essentially starting a new quest at Square Zero, and coaching you to being her new playmate. In a certain sense, it feels kinda meta. It kinda reminds me of how us players put hundreds of hours into a Pokemon game. But once you beat the main quest, what else is there to do really? What's the point of playing anymore when you're the best trainer in the game and nothing challenges you? It's an idea that transcends the game itself, and although she's a pushover initially, she eventually becomes a tricky opponent. This may sound like a strange thing to say, but the way the story plays out kind of reminded me of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. In that game, you get certain clues and information about the lore of the game, but you only get the full picture once you essentially cover the entire game space. I feel like they're doing something similar in Scarlet and Violet. Now, from what I've glanced, I've seen that some of the major sites and talking heads bash the game largely for performance issues. I haven't noticed anything game-breaking. Sam had a site that clipped through some rocks, but that's just kind of silly. It's ultimately harmless. I haven't noticed anything that makes the game non-functional, at least not yet. But that being said, it's not all perfect. There is some lack of polish. Some things that I think could have just had a little bit more care put into them. I'm not much of a graphics hound, I don't need technical proficiency, but some things look a little bit cheap. I just think if certain things had a little bit more care, they would really elevate this game. Some of the things I notice is that there's occasional lighting and shadow errors. These are pretty glaringly obvious, and I don't know what's stopping them from addressing it. Maybe the game's already been patched, maybe they'll patch it, who knows. On the subject of stability, sometimes the battles seem to be catching up, and other times people in the city are moving at slow and bizarre frame rates. Makes me think of A Wrinkle in Time. They're noticeable and not very flattering. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking of the game so far. There's still a lot more to unpack. Sam wants to continue streaming, and possibly he might talk about it some more. Let us know if you'd like us to cover Scarlet and Violet. Otherwise, stay tuned to Software Agents for more gaming-related videos and streams. We'll catch you later.